All right, guys, so let's continue on Exodus 17. So what are my notes from? So Israel's starving. God sends bread from heaven. God appears. And Moses spoke unto Aaron, saying unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, come near before the Lord, for he hath heard your murmurings. And it came to pass, as Aaron spoke unto the whole congregation of Israel, they looked toward the wilderness. So the glory of the Lord came in a cloud. So Exodus 16 is with the manna. So they've obviously escaped out of the stronghold of the Egyptians after 400 years, and now they're in the wilderness, and God just gave them bread. So they're heading towards Canaan, where the birth of the Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So Exodus 17. And all the congregation of the children of Israel journeyed from the wilderness of Sin after their journeys according to the commandment of the Lord, and pitched in Rephidim. So they left Sin, just like the word sin, and they pitched in Rephidim. And there was no water for the people to drink, wherefore the people did chide with Moses. And again, I'm not going to say complaining, they were questioning Moses again. Give us water that we may drink. And Moses said unto them, why chide you with me? Wherefore do ye tempt the Lord? And the people thirsted there for water, and the people murmured against Moses and said, wherefore is this thou hast brought us up out of Egypt, to kill us and our children and our cattle with thirst? And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, what shall I do unto this people? They be almost ready to stone me. And the Lord said unto Moses, go on before the people, and take with thee of the elders of Israel, and thy rod wherewith thou smotest the river, take in thy hand and go. Behold, I will stand before thee there upon the rock in Horeb, and thou shalt smite the rock, and there shall come water out of it, that the people may drink. And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel, and he called the name of the place Massah and Meribah, because of the chiding of the children of Israel, and because they tempted the Lord, saying, is the Lord amongst us or not? Then came Amalek and fought with Israel in Rephidim. Amalek, from the Amalekites. So wow, it's like the first battle of Israel. Amalek and fought with Israel in Rephidim. And Moses said unto Joshua, choose us out men, and go out, fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on top of the hill with the rod of God in my hand. So Joshua came out of nowhere? Who's Joshua? Amalek first appears. Joshua. First battle of Israel in Exodus 17. First battle of Israel against Amalek in Rephidim. Rephidim. Then came Amalek and fought with Israel in Rephidim, and Moses said unto Joshua, choose us out men, and go out, fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on top of the hill with the rod of God in my hand. So Joshua did as Moses had said to him, and fought with Amalek. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And it came to pass, when Moses held up his hand, that Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. But Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him. And he sat thereon, and Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands, the one on the one side, and the other on the other side, and his hands were steady until the going down of the sun. And Joshua discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. So he killed his people. And the Lord said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua. For I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Jehovah Nissi. For he said, because the Lord hath sworn, the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Remember, Amalek came from one of the lines of Israel. I'm pretty sure I wrote it down somewhere. I did talk about it. I think it was in the Genesis. I'll Google it and let you guys know at the beginning of the next chapter. But interesting, right? So Moses had to keep his hands up, so they put a rock. They took a stone and put it under him. It's just kind of silly, right? Moses, power in his hands. And to fight Amalek generation to generation. I feel like that's still used politically by some governments. I'm not saying Israel does, but like, we got to fight them. It says it in the Bible, from generation to generation, we got to fight the line of Amalek.